Lisa Gareau has lived a life that has both informed and inspired her work as a connection strategy coach. Since founding Candy Event Consulting in 2008, she has helped guide thousands of planners and their teams to build more meaningful connections with their customers, clients, and community members. Let's listen in as she shares some of her life lessons and how those lessons have set the foundation for her new course and community, the Connection Architect Program.
I'm a giver, but there have been times when my giving was not happily received. Oh, I meant well, but the person on the other side of that gift didn't receive it in the way that I thought they would. When I was in my early 20s, my good friend Kelly got married during an artistically curious time in my life. I started having fun painting terracotta pots, large, small, and medium-sized pots. And as she had a big, beautiful impression in my life, of course she deserved a just as big painted pot to convey my care and my love for our friendship. She was getting married to the man of her dreams. I was dressing up. It was time to get to the wedding, and I loaded this giant painted pot into my tiny 86 Civic hatchback. It was an amazing little car. Stuffed that thing in the back, and then when I arrived to the location of the wedding, this beautiful golf course, I pulled out this giant terracotta pot out of the back hatch of this Civic, and I was on my way to give the gift of her dreams. It was so big that even the attendant that was whizzing by in his golf cart stopped, took a look, and offered me a ride to the clubhouse. He didn't want me to arrive breathless in my beautiful dress for the wedding. As I was sailing by the other guests, holding this giant terracotta painted pot in my lap, and then walking up to the main doors with others carrying their easy-to-carry gifts, I sheepishly wondered, where is she going to put this? What gargantuan plant will find its home here? What will they tell the guests in their new home that stumble over this pot that, well, they got, but they really didn't ask for? If I was to be honest, that gift I gave my dear friend was more about me showcasing my latest art obsession than it was about observing and serving them as a new couple. On another occasion, in high school this time, I had a friend who had a birthday. I was so excited to show her how much I cared. I cleared out a section in our little locker room area. I set up a table. I put on a tablecloth. I had made her the most amazing little box of goodies and a handmade card. I even wrote her a birthday poem that when she came in and she was going to be beautifully surprised, she was going to sit down, she's going to have a piece of cake, and I was going to read her birthday poem. It didn't exactly go down that way. When she came in, she was so incredibly embarrassed that I had set her up to be seen by everyone in the high school that was walking in and out of this busy locker room, that she ran off, headed to the bathroom to have a good cry. I stood there, lonely with poem in hand, not sure what just happened. Then, not learning my lesson quite enough, when I started dating my now husband, Tim, I took him on a surprise date. I took him for a picnic in the park. And afterwards, I didn't tell him where we were going, but we ended up at a place where we were going to get couples pedicures. The look on his face told me immediately that this was not a gift he wanted to receive. We're married now almost 10 years, and I'll tell you, I have learned my lesson. Sometimes when we choose to give a gift, we look at those things around us. What do we have access to? What can we afford? What do we find fun? Part of it is about us. If we want to show up with the spirit of giving, the people in our lives matter. What they like matters. What they want to do matters. And how they receive gifts all matters. I have always loved learning about others, and I have cared very much that when I give a gift, it is evoking some kind of a positive feeling through the connection and through that gift. In fact, giving gifts is a big part of what we do here at Candy Event Consulting. It is so important that we give what we can and that there is an excitement and a joy in the giving. But not gifting well does have an effect both on the giver and the one that is receiving the gift. When a gift doesn't land, the giver might feel frustrated, like I did when my friend didn't receive my birthday party gift and poem in high school. Maybe embarrassed, like me with my terracotta pot flying through this golf course parking lot to the entranceway of this beautiful wedding. Or maybe it feels like a waste of time, like it did when I had booked a couple's pedicure for my then boyfriend, now husband, and I. When a gift doesn't land, the receiver also might feel confused. They don't know why you've chosen this gift for them. They might feel uncomfortable because something in their past or something that they believe to be true is getting in the way of receiving this gift. The receiver might feel unheard. Maybe they had asked for something, but you gave them something different. They may also feel upset because you have just interrupted their day or their time, and this is now wasting their time as well. Over the years, I have learned a lot more about giving. I have learned how to refine the gifts, and I've learned how to create ways to give gifts that will be received and appreciated by those that are receiving them. I have learned to dig into what people love. I've learned to design special gifts that would make them smile. Sometimes my gifts would be tangible, material things that seemed to connect somehow to my concern, my care, or my connection with the person I was gifting it to. Most often, I find myself sharing ideas or experiences. Intangible gifts can become a great gift-giving experience. Regardless of the gift, we have a responsibility to do the work, to know more about the ones that we care about. And what inspired level 4 of the Connection Architect program is really about gift giving. When we talk about event marketing, so level 4 is all about event marketing, about creative design, marketing, and communications. Really, when we start to think about our event marketing as a gift to our ideal event guests, to our ideal event partners, to those that we want to attend our event and to invest in our event. In level 4, we discuss showcasing your event through well-chosen words, purposeful visuals, thoughtful design elements that will help you stand out from the crowd. But it is not all about you and what you want to give. In our level 4, we talk about how we learn to produce consistent creative collateral that will give your event the curb appeal that you can be proud of, but also will create an emotion, a positive emotion. We'll talk about how do we gather all those details that your guests need to know. When we're giving a gift, it has to be clear. It has to be packaged in a way that it can be received. We want to be able to communicate why this gift is important and how we have considered the receiver in the gift. We want the gift to be welcoming and something that they will want to carry with them. The emotional connection that we are building through our marketing is so important. We want to learn how to create an event language and a look around our events that the guests will love, but we want them to see this emotional connection as a gift we're giving them. We want to adopt event-specific language that they will understand. We want to design a look and a uniqueness that we can share with them, that it's going to be well received. And there's this cool give and take that will be starting to happen. There's going to be a consistency and a feeling of caring when we give this gift. When we invite people to our event, we want to evoke an emotion. It might be exciting, intriguing, and we want them to know you belong here. Maybe it's serious and our event says we can be trusted as a company or an organization. Or maybe you want to inspire your guests and your event says you can do it. There is more to life. Whether you're building an event website, some messaging or some copy, maybe articles or blogs, videos, social media assets, posters, brochures, logos, signage, swag items, all of that is a gift to your attendees. When we make it less about us and more about the receiver, it will land in a way that will be a gift to them. In level 4, we also talk about community reach. That means that we're customizing this message to a wider community. So we might be talking to our specific event guests, but we also want to look at where else is this gift landing? How are we delivering it to the people that might be looking in? They're going to take a look at our event building, like we say in the program, and they're going to say, I want to be there. They're going to identify that they too want to receive that gift. We need to know where our guests and potential guests are and how they are going to receive the gift of our invitation. You want your attendees, your partners, and the others on your team to be delighted by your invitation. You want them to say, this gift, this invitation, this event is built especially for me. And when we start to see that exchange of emotion, when we are building this together, and when we're communicating what the event is, why the event exists, and it is landing for the receiver in a way where they see that it's for them, that's where we start to rally new customers, wider community members to participate. When we talk about the Connection Architect program, we talk about stepping boldly into the unknown, finding new solutions, creating stronger connections with the communities we serve. We know when you start adding this connection-first approach to your event marketing, there will be a difference in how your event messaging is received. And when your gift is received well, there will be a return. And the return means they will show up, they'll be excited to be there, your guests will be ready to engage. When we get it right, our engaging messages and the events we plan will be energizing those people that are receiving the gift of our invitation. And not only will they show up and be ready to engage, but they are going to be energized to tell others about it as well. When I think of myself as a gift giver, I now recognize I still have some work to do. But I believe that when we stay curious about who would appreciate hearing our message and really developing that message around what's important to them, then we can start engaging and energizing those in our circle so that they can be part of something bigger. I am so passionate to see event planners like you, in-house, do-it-yourself, impact-driven event planners embrace their brilliance, to activate your experience, and to create connections, ongoing, year after year connections that matter.
Meaningful connections matter now more than ever. Your community, clients, or customers are ready to connect. Are you ready to be their connector? Events can grow your business, create an impact in your community, or motivate a group around your ideas. The Connection Architect course and community is for the everyday event planner that is ready to create connections that matter. Sound like you? Start building at theconnectionarchitect.ca.